What is up, everyone? My name is Adnan, and today we're going to cover the 3 things you need to do on a consistent basis to effectively sell. Being in the field for about 24 years, being at the top for the majority of my time in sales, and having access to high-level sales reps all across the nation, my opinion is based on a lot of experience and talking to many top reps all across the nation. So let's dive in. A lot of people ask me about objection handling. What do you say when somebody tells you, I need to think about it, I need to talk to my wife, I need to talk to my husband, or the price is too high? Spending time with many sales reps and going on ride-alongs, being a mentor, training people, I've seen a lot of beautiful verbiage and word tracks and these answers, how to say this and how to say that and how to handle this objection and how to handle that objection. An open disclaimer, I have been that guy myself in the past, I'd say 10, 15 years ago, when I would have all these perfect answers, perfect canned answers to what do you say when they say this and say that. And personally, after all these years of experience, I have come to the conclusion that I personally hate all word tracks. I think word tracks are something that have made salespeople look bad over the years, and I'm very conscious about not having those canned answers to what people are expecting, because obviously being these days, everything is online, so people are they know what you might say when they might give you a certain objection, so you got to be very careful not to use any of those. So if we're not using any word tracks, then how do we sell? So the first thing is you have to be aligned with the right company and the right product. You have to be in sales for the right reasons. I think a lot of turnover that we see in the industry too happens because a lot of people just join a sales organization because they think that people can make a lot of money, and that's why they want to be in sales. I think it's important to use the product of the company you sell to so that you can truly speak from confidence, and you can, whether it's a product or the service you've used, and that's how you can truly help people as well. It goes back to helping people too. So you really have to genuinely want to help people, and they're not to push a product, but to sell a solution more than a problem. A solution to solve the problem, I meant. So how do we do that, right? I'm sure you've heard of the term ABC if you watched any type of sales movies or videos. And for those that haven't, ABC stands for always be closing. So my twist on ABC of how do we stay in that ABC mindset of always be closing, right? I think to me, ABC is attitude, body language, and confidence. Those are the 3 things that I wanted to talk about in this video, that if you can effectively, constantly look at yourself in the mirror and work on your attitude, your body language, and your confidence, I think sales will never be an issue for you. If you take an example, if you go to a restaurant, or if you go to a place of business, even if you go to a park, and if you just observe people, just watch people in their day-to-day interactions, without speaking to them, you can see who's having a great day, who's smiling, who's laughing, who's happy, who's not happy, who has good body language about them, who has good energy about themselves. It's important to be mindful of the energy that we put out in this world. If you realize how important your energy is, and one way that you can realize that is by just observing other people. Like you can notice that, this is the person that I would truly want to deal with because I like them without even talking to them, without even having any kind of interaction with them. I can just tell that, I like that person. Even when they talk about love at first sight, there is a lot of truth to love at first sight, because just by watching a person, that's the person. That is the person that I want to deal with. And when it comes to confidence, you have to be careful with confidence, because confidence and arrogance are pretty close. So being too confident can come across arrogant. For example, me being in the field for a long period of time and dealing with a lot of situations over the years, I pretty much know most of the answers, but I have to be mindful of not coming across too polished and too arrogant. So one way that I avoid that is by being confident in my body language. I want to always sit up straight, I always want to make sure my shoes are polished, my hair is combed. So looking confident in the body language and not being too perfect in my verbiage. So in some cases where I might be explaining something to a homeowner or a prospect, and if I feel that they don't feel completely confident in my answer, I'm not afraid to address that at that particular moment by maybe picking up the phone and calling a rep or calling a manager just to get the clarification on that answer. Just to put the homeowner or the prospect at ease is not going to make you lose confidence in that moment. In fact, it'll be the opposite. I would say that you would gain confidence by just getting another opinion about the situation. So it's always good to leverage your field. Don't act like you know it all. And even if you do know all the answers, it's always good to get another opinion. So if you work on these three things, attitude, body language, and confidence, I think sales will never be an issue for you. Money will never be an issue for you. But more important than money, I think just the interactions alone, like with or without money, at the end of the day, it's your interactions, it's your relationships that you build with people that would outlast any amount of money you'll make. So focus on the right reasons of why you're selling, help people, and don't push the product. Try to find a solution. And if you focus on those things, I think you will have an amazing career. And I wish you all the best. Thank you all for listening. And I will catch you on the next one.